it has been an interesting week or so because managers is going off like, I do not know. It's like so easy for managers to go off.
Like sense to the hourglass.
Correct. So smooth. So smooth through the hourglass. Conte out from Spurs. Then Chelsea also after
Graham Potter.
I think is it after the draw with Liverpool?
Oh yeah.
Then Graham Potter was sacked, even though he still can enjoy the benefits after being sacked. How much has Chelsea spent? Huh? And then after that, Leicester with Brendan Rodgers, right?
That is the mutual agreement.
Correct.
Something like Conte lah.
Yeah, in the lesser extent, Leicester and Brendan Rodgers has been having a good relationship for many years.
I think
so it's a surprise.
The Leicester saga, I think there might be something that is unclosed. I mean, not being reviewed. If not, I feel that Rodgers should stay all the way to the end. And because they have nothing to fight. It's just to stable.
Yeah.
As what I say, then Chelsea is why you get Lampard in? Why?
Okay, what the question is why, right? You have
why?
Good life. Lampard, good life. Lampard.
Lampard, if you all remember, Lampard was fired from Chelsea and then his replacement was Tuchel.
Yeah.
Then after that, from Tuchel got fired. Then Potter came in.
Then Lampard went to
Everton
and being fired.
He
Is
didn't
that
do
this
so
season,
well.
right?
Huh?
It's all this season though.
This season he was fired from Everton, huh?
Yeah.
But he was fired last season from Chelsea.
From 2023.
Chelsea.
No. Tuchel took over 1 year before.
No, he's talking about
Lampard.
Yeah lah, Lampard was fired 2 years before. 2 seasons before.
Yeah.
Then he took over Everton last season. Then after that, this season, not say last season lah, it's this season lah, but last year lah. Then he, at the moment, Everton, I mean, you can see lah, like when we're talking about Leicester City, Brendan Rodgers and Everton, right? Like I say just now, two teams who quite surprised they are in the relegation battle with 9 or 10 games left, right? This is the drastic action that the club wants to take to save their season. They don't want to go down.
I think one of the reasons, I think he have said this before, sometimes is the dressing room. Once the manager loses the dressing room, it is up to the owner to decide either you get rid of players or you get rid of manager. Because something has to change.
I think for Spurs, it's because Conte went for surgery, then was out for some times. I believe the dressing room, the players have some upset or something like that. That might trigger the whole saga.
I think maybe Conte has become a dinosaur.
No, he's the Mourinho version 2. I always feel that.
You think?
I think when he comes in, the players are just not motivated.
But you see,
not motivated.
Is it last season? You say that why don't take Conte? Why Ten Hag? Remember?
When they were considering Conte, Ten Hag wasn't in the list.
But I told you that I don't want because of this.
Because
he can't even control a Spurs team, which is not as worse as United in the last 2 seasons. What makes
you think that
he can control and overturn? He is not as good as Mourinho in player relationship. So when he said even Renick, I also say so
who is he?
Who is he? But Conte is someone that he will ride on, like if you give him a rich team, he can perform. But you give him like Spurs, up and down, he's not really getting that the vibe, like top 4 maybe last season. But he lost his way of playing this season.
I think his tactic also might be old-fashioned, I feel. The way you see Spurs play is not as how United is playing now, or even how Arsenal is playing. If you see teams like Brighton and Brentford, so I think he's neither here nor there. I feel he has a bit lost touch of the current tactics and strategy.
And plus he's a big manager. But one thing I disagree with you.
He's
lost
a
touch.
big manager.
He's a big name. He's a big manager. But one thing I disagree with you is the tactics wise. Because Mr. Good Evening actually did well in the last 5 to 6 games with Villa. But he does...
Villa?
He's with
Aston
Villa.
Villa lah.
Villa. But he's very unfortunate with Arsenal.
Yeah.
Maybe wrong timing, wrong way of handling, but he's doing well in Villa. So tactic-wise, I believe every
I can
manager...
say that he learned from Arsenal, that's why he's better at Villa.
Maybe, but the thing is, I don't think Conte didn't learn, but he might just lose players' confidence. Like maybe Harry Kane say, "Hey, Son from the World Cup came back a different player." If let's say a good manager, maybe like Klopp, he will like, "Hey, come, what you can do?"
Change the player.
Like Ten Hag, mentally you're not being selected. Mentally, physically you're not there. You go to Holland, go and do train by yourself with my Ajax or wherever team. It's the manager touch, like History Channel, like Ferguson, how he handles Peter Schmeichel. How
I think
he
you talk about Ferguson more than I talk about Wenger. Even though Wenger and Ferguson recently has been
The Hall of Fame, right?
entered into the Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to these two.
Yeah.
The
Invisible 49
congrats.
games. Invisible 49
We beat
games.
them on the 50th game.
50th, yes.
No, okay, beside that.
Still channel.
The thing about Wenger itself is he's good. He can change player position. He's one of the managers that started winger to striker, this sort of thing.
Professor.
But you see, these are the managers from the past that really grind the training, player to player relationship. That is something that the managers at
Need
the
to
moment,
do.
yes, they lack of that. Pep has it, Klopp has it. Ten Hag, in a way, I haven't really seen, but he might have it because he sent players off. He's very strict. Like, you are late for the training, I'm disciplining you.
Talking about managers, right? Talking about you saying Pep, right? Pep gets players who are yes men. Pep says, I'm a world-class manager. Whatever I get you, you follow what I'm supposed to do. So you want that kind of manager.
Yes.
That's why
That's the difference with Pep.
That's why Zinchenko kena kick out, Cancelo kena kick out now.
Yeah, but the thing is, Haaland doesn't look like someone that is a yes man though. At the moment maybe, but he doesn't look like...
Because Haaland, when he signed, he is... the project, right, is a build of a team around him. He is a young player performing very well in Bundesliga, the up and coming star. So when they want to sign him as an out-and-out striker, Pep probably promised him and say that, you know what, this team, we will play around you as a player. That's why.
So that one, he got a bit of benefit. Yeah. So going back to Spurs, I think it's not a good fit. Conte also, he wanted himself out.
Yeah, he also rented. He rented out also.
In that press
time.
conference, he rented out. He just let loose.
Yeah.
That one we know confirm after that.
The owners, the players. Yeah.
But the thing is, I want to ask Spurs fans: is he right, or is he one of the issues as well, or is it the owners?
I just have to salute Son.
Why?
He says that I didn't help the manager at all. He come out and say in the press that my performance didn't help. I didn't even help the manager. So this is my part. I did wrong. So salute to Son. But the rest didn't even come out.
But the thing is, for him, he's always that. I think it's culture-wise. Culture-wise, he
this is culture.
This is culture.
This is culture.
This is culture.
Yeah.
No, I think for him is this is the way he behaves.
Yeah.
He knows that he's at fault. He will come out and
Son,
apologize.
this is the
Asian values.
This is the Korean Asian values.
Korean Asian values.
Probably for him lah. He puts the burden on himself to actually help people lah. But the way Conte rented is, and the way is, the players didn't even come out and say, "Oh, thank you, manager." They didn't even come out and say it. It says a lot actually. So probably when Conte comes in, right, it's maybe not his fault. The whole dressing room is not even behind him.
Correct.
They don't even go with his philosophy probably.
I think even Potter has some supporters. I think, is it Reece James or whoever said thank you, manager. It's like,
I think there was talk that players like Potter. But of course there are some players who have bigger egos because they are international players.
Yes.
So and don't talk about Aubameyang. So
Where's he now?
he's at Chelsea.
Yeah. He's just not
Injured?
playing.
No.
he's just not playing lah.
He's just around
Yeah.
around town. So like Potter is like Moyes, like he's good at Brighton, but when you go to a club as big as Chelsea, handling $1 million players,
Yeah.
and big
Multi-million,
ego players, multi-million dollar players, can you handle it? If you are
The
Mr.
ego.
Nice Guy, you have to balance, right? You are Mr. Nice Guy, people will take advantage. You're too hard, also people, younger players nowadays, the generation maybe need to be handled differently. I think from the start, we all will say Potter is not a good hire. How can Tuchel
He's way
get
over his
fired
head. Yeah, man.
and Potter replaces Tuchel?
Yep.
So this is I find it a question mark.
Who's
It
who's
is.
the manager for Newcastle?
Eddie Howe.
If he take charge of Chelsea, maybe Chelsea wouldn't be this position because the way he play, using the players it has, a bit like Brighton, but Newcastle still have a bit of branding. The players are slightly better than Brighton. I think he might be a good fit, but
Who? Eddie Howe?
yeah,
In Brighton or in Chelsea?
Chelsea. It might be. If you are looking for young upcoming managers, I think he might be a very good match.
I think it depends, right? What is Chelsea thinking? What kind of culture is Chelsea building with this new American owner? Right? They get Potter, which I don't get it why. And then after that, after Potter leaves with 9 games to go, example,
You didn't know the
he
joke?
bring in Lampard.
No, you didn't know the joke about Potter?
What?
He read too many Harry Potter books.
No, that's the thing, right? There is report that players are calling him names.
Yeah.
They are calling him Potter lah, Harry or what?
Harry.
Not Harry.
Isn't it?
Hogwarts lah. They calling him Hogwarts, that kind of thing. If the players don't respect the manager,
That's it.
the culture is dead, right? And the question I want to ask is, why Lampard? What are you trying to do, Chelsea? You fire Potter with these 8-9 games to go, and you're mid-table, you get in a caretaker manager until June. What you want? You
That's
want
why
to
I
go
say,
up? He's
Lampard-
been a failure at Everton.
He's also a failure in Chelsea.
Lampard is basically having a good life lah.
No, you see, the
Getting
thing
paid
is,
some more.
Yeah.
That's why
Can't
sometimes
expect where lower
I-
team go to higher team.
I understand
life.
that they are. I can't pronounce the name. Chelsea is actually somehow negotiating with the ex-manager of Bayern Munich.
Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann.
But the thing is,
Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann is it?
Nagelsmann.
So before you continue, let's list. I want to list down
We must pronounce
the
properly because
available.
it can be a word that we cannot say. Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann, right?
Yeah,
So Nagelsmann is now available.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's ex
Bayern.
Bayern, right? Luis Enrique,
Mm-hmm.
ex Barca, also available.
No, he's not back ex-Barca. He's the ex-Spain manager.
Ex-Spain manager, the
I
most
mean,
recent
if
lah. The
recent
most
is
recent,
Spain
the
manager,
most
yeah.
recent lah. Luis Enrique. Who else is available? Brendan Rodgers, no.
Tuchel also?
No, Tuchel is in
Tuchel
Bayern.
already
Oh, Tuchel is Bayern lah. Oh, yeah. Tuchel
right?
Bayern
Of course Zidane, but I don't think Zidane will ever come to English Premier League yet. So is that why Chelsea is firing?
Okay.
And there's report that saying that Luis Enrique has come to London to have talks.
I don't think
at
Luis
Chelsea.
Enrique is a good fit though. The ex-manager of Bayern Munich might be a good because he's young, but I can foresee why they hire Lampard because he can just stable it. No matter how it drops, he won't go to relegation. But it somehow also won't go to any Europe.
That's right.
So it's just like going through the flow.
Follow the flow.
But why don't get the potential?
They are
The
sacrificing
ex
Europe.
Bayern guy is because if you throw him into the frame, he may get a culture shock. What's one thing, and he don't have like a proper startup. It's like keep on losing, then win. Don't have proper startup. So might as well get someone that knows the club culture. Come in, was an ex-manager. Somehow or rather, some of our players may respect him from the old Chelsea that he handles, but there's new players that doesn't really know him. That's what, of course, as you say, he's good.
I
life
just
lah.
remembered Posh. Posh also can be is available.
Pochettino.
Pochettino.
I don't think he will come back to English league.
I don't know. There's
I think he
talk
will.
that Spurs is trying to
I think he will.
get him.
He wants to prove himself.
These owners really either spoil or make the club successful.
I mean,
Who they hire as manager?
for an owner that thinks that there's 12 people playing in football, I mean,
Playoff?
he don't mind to gamble lah.
I mean, if you want to be a manager of the Cowboys,
Why don't have playoff?
Yeah. So I think he.
I think
okay, if you're a manager, okay, any manager, you have Spurs, you have Chelsea, and of course you have Leicester, right? Would you go to Chelsea, for example,
yes.
compared to Spurs?
Yes.
Why?
I don't have money in Spurs.
Chelsea has money.
Yes. And the players that they have just bought, I can build around them. Spurs has an aging players ratio. Leicester has not many world-class players. Leicester and Spurs, the differences is Leicester will never be top if let's say they're not going to spend in the next summer. Spurs in another way is still have aging players, which is still good for 1 or 2 more years, provided Kane stays there. Because rumors saying that United has planned to actually get him over to United, like a bit like Robert Van Persie, from one season to play to build up and so.
Persie. Thanks, Van Persie.
Like Michael Owen. Michael Owen recently, TikTok came
Michael
up.
Owen.
You can't
Thanks,
beat
Michael
them.
Owen.
Go with them. So basically,
I see. Okay, the good reason. What about you?
For me,
Which team first?
Yeah.
If it's me, I'll take Chelsea.
Okay.
No, but
What's
my
the
reason is different.
Okay, what's your reason?
Because I will build around Enzo Fernandez.
Wow,
the midfielder.
because he's Argentinian, or what?
Yes, exactly.
This is what gender.
Because he is a very good midfielder. I will definitely build a team around him. Him, Mudryk. I will keep these guys, for the future and build around there.
So it's okay if the players are egoistic, big players, and the owners might be the one that says, I don't care about who you sign.
Yeah.
I will sign who I want.
This is the only problem. The other 2 teams, right, like Spurs and Leicester, there is no burden because not here nor there.
Yep.
Whatever I achieve will probably be the best achievement the team has gone. If I save Leicester from relegation, I'll be like a savior. If Spurs I maintain top 4,
And
they
win
will
a
be
cup.
satisfied.
That he's the saying.
Any cup.
Yeah.
Any cup.
The thing is,
So that's the only thing. Yeah.
but as a manager itself, before you sign that dotted line, you will want certain things. Like if let's say you are the boss, I'll tell you what I want. And you want to sign me, you follow my way. I believe like Ten Hag signed the paper. Ronaldo is the issue. Maguire is the issue. Maguire is the most expensive defender. By benching him, right, it will hurt in some ways for United. I'm paying him at this salary and you're benching him. Ronaldo, he's a club. In a way, in the future, he might be a legend. But what I'm trying to say is, he dares to do this. So no, I'm saying as a manager, and your face.
I know my face also. I think he never see.
same.
Like he never see.
Because he beside you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is,
He wants to say his manager very good.
no. I'm saying that the manager must know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And if you let's say,
that's
boss,
true,
okay, this may be what Potter is doing. Okay, you want to sign him? I can make way to see my tactics can fit him. But the tactics don't really fit anyone. And if you say that Chelsea is no striker, bring Lukaku back. He's not even performing in Serie A also.
Bring Lukaku back.
If he cannot perform in Serie A, how can he perform?
Because if I'm not wrong, Potter is playing one striker up, right?
Yeah.
Why don't bring Aubameyang and Lukaku play together?
We have the Havertz,
Yeah.
Havertz is the midfield.
No,
Havertz is a striker. German,
But he's made into a striker, right? He's not original a striker, ma.
No, he's an attacker.
He's an attacker. He's a striker.
Yeah,
But to me, he doesn't look like.
He's like a Jesus kind.
He's more like a defense midfield type of.
No, he's a type of
light
attacker
feet.
who is holding. He's something like Drogba, but he's not as big as Drogba. He's a quick, like instead of if you take a striker build, he's not the Drogba or the weak horse type. He is the tall, He can head, he can hold the ball, but he can dribble. So he has a finesse, big striker kind of player.
I don't know.
The modern big striker.
To me, is he more like a midfielder. But the thing is, you have so many options at Chelsea. Okay, don't say Lukaku. What about just bringing Aubameyang? Yes, he may have attitude issue. Just bring him. Try to play him. As a manager, try to talk way out. He might be, you know that this season is crucial. Play him for one season. Try to make him happy. He will score goals.
But this is contradicting to your point. You say Ten Hag is very good for benching a player who is expensive. But now you want another manager to play a player who is being benched because of attitude. But right, the manager should bench the player who is giving attitude.
Yes, but you also must see what is I feel is
right
case by case,
case to case situation. You are a top team with all your world class players. You get Felix, you get this, you get that, but you don't get it.
Doesn't click. So you have to do something.
Yeah, you have to mix and match. Look, Aubameyang, I let you go at the end of the season, but I need you to play for me first. Okay, I will see what the board can do. And
in the first place, don't buy Aubameyang lah.
But he bought. The thing is, buy. Then Lukaku part. If let's say Aubameyang is those silky type, move like a bit like Henry. Then Lukaku is more like the bulldozer like Tevez. Maybe pair them up together. They may be a very good pair up. So the thing is, yes, two of them. One is totally can bobo type. One is attitude issue.
Yeah, I don't think that going back to the manager thing. I don't think Potter can handle Aubameyang.
Yeah, it's still the problem.
That's right.
That's the thing lah. With these kind of players, you have to get the right kind of manager.
But it's not this kind of players. It's this kind of team that has too much star power.
Correct.
Yeah, but the thing is,
before. Yeah.
Who you want to bring in? If let's say so many star players that you have, okay, Zidane will be a good fit.
Yeah.
Because he has handled real star power. Zidane.
I think Zidane. That's the thing. He's so good that he can choose, right? And I don't think he will go to Chelsea because he will not like the culture there.
And plus, he's aiming for the France national team
I guess so.
position.
I guess so.